Hi guys and dolls, how are you? There we are. Okay. How are you? I'm hoping that you're doing well. Um, I did some packing and I'm getting down to the wire, so I'm really glad about that. I'm starting to see some real additional um, progress. I want to talk to you guys about friendship. If you have any friends now that you've known for a really long time, and they're good people and they have respect for you and you have respect for them, please keep them. Please keep them. Because I don't know what it is about getting older, but if you don't sustain the friends that you had when you were younger, when you get older, the pickings are really, really, really slim when it comes to finding decent friends. The pickings are really slim, if not non-existent. As y'all know, I live in Missouri. I'm sore, so bear with me. The capital of Missouri is meth. Okay, methamphetamine. A lot of people here are, and I know because I'm a transplant from the East Coast, so I know what I'm talking about. I've been here since 94, 95, and boy, did I get a wake-up call as to what Missouri is all about. Missouri is very racist, as I've told you in other videos. Missouri is very cliquish, meaning if you are not part of someone's clique and they meet you, they don't want you to be part of their clique. A lot of that has to do with the color of your skin. I don't know why Missouri is back in the 19 whatever, but that's where they are as far as judging people for something that they have zero control over. So that has a lot to do with it. There's a lot of meth heads here. There's a lot of shootings. Columbia, Kansas City, St. Louis, things like that. And there's not a lot of quality people to choose from so far as friends, because the good people that are left do not trust anybody because they've been had by the people who are garbage, and God knows there's a lot of those running around rampant in this state. But so, I mean, you see a lot of women with no self-esteem, and they choose any guy that pays attention to them. It doesn't matter that he's a drug head. It doesn't matter that he's an alcoholic. It doesn't matter that he has no ambitions. It doesn't matter that he can't sustain a job. It doesn't freaking matter. Women in this state, and I'm sure it's nationwide, but in certain spots it's worse than others, they have no criteria with the types of men that they choose. They just want whoever smiles at them, winks at them, and tells them how cute she is, or whatever the case is. Alcoholics can find other alcoholics, like sharks can find blood in the water. Drug heads can find other drug heads, anyway. And men are doing the same. They're choosing crappy women because they have a rescue complex or whatever it is. But anyway, those are totally different topics, and I wasn't even going to go there, but that irks me too. Yeah, that bugs the hell out of me too, that people just have zero criteria. I mean, when you go for a job, you have to have a criteria for them to hire you. But when it comes to your personal life, people have zero criteria, and that person can destroy your life. My ex is still trying to ruin my life. And I've been away from him for a while, and we've been separated for, before we finally made it legal, we were separated for 18 years. So, but I fell for the nice guy. He wasn't a drug head or an alcoholic, which is typical in Missouri. He was actually Looney Tunes, and he's not from Missouri. So Looney Tunes could be anywhere, but like I said, it could be concentrated in certain areas more than others. I should not be living here for as long as I've lived here with zero friends except for one. My other friends are out of state, so I do have other friends, but they're out of state. When you get 40 and up, your pickings are so slim. for relationships, for friendships, unless you just want garbage. And a lot of people settle for crap. They'd rather take the bottom of the barrel than nobody. Okay? They don't realize that you don't want to be alone, but you are alone if you're with someone who has no worth. And you have no worth, and you're okay with having no self-esteem, so you hook onto each other because you're both in the same boat or whatever. But anyway, I shouldn't be in the boat I'm in with no friends that are in my area. And myself and my friend are both chronically ill. We both have a lot of physical pain. I push my body to the limit to try to move myself because I'm relocating. You have the ability to make people disappear, like I've said in another video. You have the ability to make people vanish in a puff of smoke when you're relocating. They don't give a damn that you have chronic pain. They don't give a damn that you shouldn't throw yourself under the bus. They don't comprehend that if you move 1 box or 2 boxes or even 5 boxes, that's a tremendous help. They don't care because they just want to vanish. And I know it's not me because I've had friends when I was younger and people that were I could rely on them and they could rely on me. And I just don't understand. Part of it has to do with when you are disabled or have a disability, because I don't consider myself disabled, I have a disability, but it's just verbiage, right? I think society looks at you like you should be thrown in the trash can anyway because you're useless. So when you need something and you need physical help because you have issues, you're on your own. Because you shouldn't be here anyway. You shouldn't be breathing because you're just a lump of used up space, I guess, is how society perceives you when you're, you're chronically ill. But I had an acquaintance that I saw him tonight, and it just broke my heart because I'm leaving town, and he's one of the people who is not a typical drug head, a typical meth head, a typical alcoholic. He used to be a federal investigator with law enforcement, and I'm not sure what kind of work he does now, but he loves God with every fiber of his being, and he's kind, and he's gentle, and he's sincere. He's married, of course. They usually are. Not just the crappy ones get married. Once in a while, the good ones get married. But his heart is the size of Texas, and he would do anything for anyone. And it hurts my heart because the people that I've met are nothing like him. They're the total opposite of him. So it just breaks my heart that I won't see him again. And it's not, don't misconstrue what I'm saying. It's not romantic. Please don't even go there. It's just an acquaintance, okay? Just an acquaintance. Nothing more. Good God, I would never do that. He's just like a friend, that's it. And acquaintance, but he's just a sweetheart. He really is. He has respect for people. I know a lot of guys of color are chasing booty all day. White guys are doing it too, but black guys are very, hey girl, damn, turn around, let me look at your booty. You looking good today. You know, they're just very animalistic with their chasing after you. Not all, so chill out. If you're not like that, thank you for not being that way. This particular person, we'll call him Dave. Dave's not like that, and he happens to be a person of color, and he's professional, and he's educated, and he has respect for women, and he's a godly man, and he's so different from so many other people that I've known since I've been here, and it breaks my heart to let a normal one go. But like I said, you know, he's married, he has obligations. I don't know his wife from a can of paint. I would have loved to have met her, but our paths never crossed that way. I met a couple of his kids, or his daughter's kid, which would be his grandson, or excuse me, granddaughter. Anyway, but it hurt my heart because you just don't meet people like that every day, depending on where you live. And I reflect back on the friends I had a long time ago, and I didn't have to prove myself to be a good person. I didn't have to try to win their approval. I didn't have to try to screen them out to make sure they're not crazy. We just naturally clicked, and it was a beautiful thing. But as you get older, trying to meet decent people that are genuine and sincere like you it seems impossible. It just seems impossible. And then because you've been hurt so many times in your life, you get to where you want to freeze out everybody. Like there may be a few good ones out there. There may be at least one other good person out there, but nah, I'll pass. Thanks anyway. Because you've just been burnt and burnt and burnt and burnt. And how much can a person take before they finally say, screw all these, I'm done? Obviously not my friends, because we're friends, but none of them live here. So I'm going through this, myself and my friend are going through this by ourselves, and it's just throwing my body under the bus like that is just horrible. And I've been needing to cry, but I've been holding it in. That's not healthy. Let it go. And my ex is trying to ruin my life. He was in the moving business, and I used to, when we were together, I helped him move, and I helped him do inventory on other people's stuff. And I had chronic issues back then. I don't have any tolerance for extreme heat, especially if it doesn't ever stop. It's just continual heat. My body has no tolerance for that. And I helped him across the road when we were together, because we traveled coast to coast, literally coast to coast. And he hasn't lifted one finger to help me move, because he's a narcissist. See what I mean? Can't meet anybody normal. See what I'm saying? Pretended he was normal. Was totally not. And he's a malicious bastard, and he's still doing malicious things. Wow. The limit of their hate. There's no limit to their hatred. There's no limit. They want to destroy you every they can, financially, emotionally, spiritually, physically. All of the lees they want to destroy. And he's doing a real good job at it. Hopefully one of these days I can get my own income generated, and he can go dive into a shark's mouth for all I care. Oh my God, wow. So I needed to cry. I really did. And holding it in was not working in my favor. So if you need to let it out, just let it out. I know there was some young lady I talked to online the other day, and she said, I don't have any friends. Somebody reach out to me. And I said, well, reach out to me on one of my videos, because I'll be more than happy to get to know you or whatever. And I normally do not do that, because I've just been burnt so many times. And she didn't reach out to me. So I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. I mean, it's hard for me to trust anyway. So every now and then you reach out, but it doesn't mean that that person's sincere, and they could be just having a moment where they say something like that, but they don't really mean it. Whatever the case is, you know what I mean? But anyway, if you need to cry, get it out. If you need to have a fit, get it out. Don't hold it in. I feel better now that I've expressed myself and expressed how I feel. I'm not going to make this video too long, but one of these days I have to let go of when a person's evil. They'll always have someone in their corner, and they will always have someone who looks out for them. I knew of somebody who, her grandmother was one of the nastiest people, just evil. And she had bought her flowers one time. Why, I have no idea. Nobody's breaking their balls to bring me flowers, and I would never act like her. But whatever the case is, she bought her flowers, and she said, or a gift or something, and she said, well, what the F you get this for me for? And yet this person broke their neck to go to her funeral, which I would not go to your funeral. Once you showed me how evil and how wicked and how toxic you are and how much you hate my guts, baby, you don't have to worry about me ever again. I'm gone. I'm in a puff of smoke. Gone. Vanish. Out of here. But manipulators, liars, narcissists, hateful people, drug heads, alcoholics, they will always have somebody in their corner. They will always have somebody giving them money. They will always have someone try to win them over. But when you're a good person, it seems like you have to pay for being a good person. You have to suffer. But if you're evil and you've destroyed people, well, that's okay. People can overlook that, because nobody's perfect. Wow. If any of y'all can understand that, explain it to me, because it will never make sense to me how evil people will always have someone taking care of them. My friend now, his neighbor is a sticky-fingered meth head / alcoholic. He works when he wants to. He's got a drug head alcoholic girlfriend. They get their house. It might be her mom that gave her the house to live in or something like that. They've got brand new vehicles. He works when the hell he wants to. She doesn't have a high-powered job where she's making tons of money, but they are always going to be taken care of, baby. Always. I got to let that go. I mean, that's really something that I have to let go of, but it's not easy when you know that you're not like that and you get kicked in your teeth and this other person gets the best that life has to offer. It just makes me really angry. So I needed to vent, needed to cry a little bit, and I feel better. I love you guys. Thank you for being subscribed. I appreciate you, and I love you guys. You are amazing. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and the icon, the bell icon. I can't think. Anyway, I love you guys. Take care, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.